Welcome back, everybody. You have found us. This is Soarin Scratchin. I am the Eagle fan, and my friend over there.
That would make me Evil Chicken, and welcome again to another episode of whatever it is we're doing. Dave, what are we doing?
We are reacting, but not to music this time.
I
This is a channel called CinemaSins. Check
yes.
check them out if you have a chance.
Ding.
And
That's
we're go-
racist.
we're gonna watch a movie I liked and I believe is on someone's Mount Rushmore of movies over there.
Yes.
Possibly.
This is one of my desert island movies.
This
I would,
is.
yeah.
And surprisingly enough, since you just said that, we're not talking about anything related to Mad Max. This is Everything Wrong with Raiders of the Lost Ark in 16 minutes or less.
Hey.
Or
I
your
can
money
I'm,
back.
I'm gonna consult my book.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Because we know he really had no effect on the movie at all,
That's not true.
other than showing the Nazis where to dig.
That's not true.
Okay, I almost started it up, but first,
Other than showing the Nazis where to dig
we need to get over
ourselves. Pride is a horrible thing.
here.
Huh. Hey guys, don't do that. Good boys. Dominance. They're brothers.
Okay, are we ready? Are we good?
Brothers don't usually. Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
Ooh.
This fade from Paramount logo to actual mountain is f***ing sweet, and the logo is only like 8 seconds long. Someone saw the Brady Bunch Hawaiian two-part special. When this guy runs away, do all the other people who were with them run away too? There are at least 5 people besides Indy in this group, but after this, it's just these 2 dudes, including Magnolia's Alfred Molina.
Poison is still fresh, 3 days. They're following us.
Why would the poison dart you just found indicate that they're following you? If anything, you're following them.
If they knew we were here, they would have killed us.
We'd all have been
I
dead.
see. Coincidental poison dart then? This is somewhere between southern Chile and northern Colombia. Hang a ride at the gas station, you can't miss it. Completely illegible map is completely illegible. Also, I mean, goddamn, that is 4 used McDonald's napkins, not a map. That shit is f***ing useless. This guy takes no caution in cocking his gun in the presence of Indy. Wait, maybe cock the gun somewhere else so that it doesn't give you away. Where the f*** did these spiders come from? This was a shop.
That is a good question.
Where did the spiders come from?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
Spider Mamas.
suddenly on his back. So,
Yeah.
have you seen this one?
It doesn't. I don't recall this particular episode, although I've seen a lot of CinemaSins. They're phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
my,
was my-
one of my disembodied heads that lives here absolutely swears by CinemaSins.
Yeah, you've that's what had me a little concerned is that because of that, and because you said you've seen quite a few, I thought, oh, so maybe he's already seen the indie one, but
Not to my knowledge.
okay.
Ding.
Of course, with his memory, he could have seen it yesterday.
4 times.
Not that I'm anyone to talk about having a bad memory.
Hey, it's all good.
So let's get back.
Yeah, please. Awesome. Yeah.
We saw just before Spider-Man 2's Alfred Molina made him aware. Are they jumping down from the ceiling? And I guess more spiders jumped on species Alfred Molina because they know he's up to no good. You gotta watch spiders, man. Their nature's bad guy detectors. Know that I have nothing but love for this movie. It's an all-timer. But how does an ancient people rig up a motion sensor booby trap like this? And did the booby trap reset itself after Indy's rival got killed? How does the whip tie itself around this log and sturdy enough to support a man's weight? When we see it from the other side, it's somehow gotten around the log 3 times. That's from one flick of the wrist. One of the things that makes this movie awesome is how little dialogue or explanation this opening scene gives you. It's largely just watching the action of them solving a riddle. If it were made today, the entire first segment would be full of stupid one-liners back and forth, most of it being about cultural misunderstandings. That dart could so easily have just hit him if he hadn't been holding the thing in the perfect spot. He had no idea what might happen, or that it would be a dart, or that the dart would hit the wooden dongle instead of his eyeball. Honestly, if avoiding these brown vagina tiles is all it takes to not trigger the booby trap, then this all seems pretty easy. He releases sand from the counterweight by eyeballing the weight of the idol, which is just beyond ballsy. Now I wonder how long it took to build this glorified storage unit and how they tested it out. This tribe built a whole temple where you had to avoid a solar booby trap, play pitfall, avoid poisonous darts, and then finally, if you get to the idol, you set off an alarm that causes the whole thing to self-destruct and unleashes a boulder as a last gasp to trap you inside forever. All for this ugly thing. These idol worshippers thought of everything when it came to booby traps, but they did not factor in the speed of a man as he runs across the poison dart lobby. Ford says Sapito here when the name of the character is Satipo, and even the subtitles confirm it should have been Satipo. During this entire time, we see the boulder. It's moving at speeds that should trample Indy, but due to the magic of editing, Indy is always several steps ahead. So here is the wall of webs that Indy and Boogie Nights Alfred Molina encountered earlier. As you can see, the exit from the cave is pretty far away in this shot, but here it's just a couple of steps and a dive away. How good is Indy? He's about to outrace a group of this jungle's natives. That's really good. Jock, start the engine! Indy tells Jock to start the engines, and we see Jock look up and notice Indy running from all the natives. But then we see Indy running towards a thick area of jungle with no water in sight. Then we see him grabbing a vine to swing into the water, surrounded by more thick jungle. How the f*** did Jock see him or even hear him? Indy runs into the woods, and the trailing native guy fires an arrow 100 feet above Indy into the trees. All these blowers, and no one was able to land a climax. I mean, a kill shot. Oh, and the archers are terrible too. Indy is instantly tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Oh my, that's bad for your eyes. Don't draw on your eyelids, kids, or put lotion on them or anything like that. Most of what you put on the eyelid will leak into the eye. Also, writing love notes on your eyelids. Also, Christ, who drew that on there? And how did she not wig out when it was happening? Imagine someone writing with an ink pen on your closed eyelid and then explain how she did this. Even if it's mascara and she applied it herself looking into the mirror, it's a minor miracle it came out right. The director said, let's have your character give Dr. Jones an apple after class. It'll make you look like even more of an asshole.
I had it, Marcus. I had it in my hand.
Wait, did he just get back from South America and only had time to go straight to class when he got back? Why hasn't he told Marcus about the idol yet? Our discussion about the Ark and Hitler is top secret, so let's find the biggest classroom we can find and leave a few open doors to talk about it.
The city of Tanis was consumed by the desert in a sandstorm which lasted a whole year.
That was very DeRuta, that sandstorm.
Now what's that supposed to be?
Consumed by the wrath of God.
Fire. Power of God.
Gotta say, this power of God that comes out of the Ark definitely raises the stakes of this adventure. You can't really have a movie without it, but you've got to wonder why the stone tablets of the original 10 Commandments are guarded with this kind of power. These are very important documents that explain God's will, but no one can ever see them. You can copy the commandments down for your own notes. The originals are very important for some reason, and God will kill you if you look at them. Gun, whip, leather jacket, he's all packed. Let's go to the airport. Let's go right now. The propeller is spinning, and there are 2 flight attendants under the wing. This is a nice image, but what kind of light source is even making this possible? This is apparently coming from the fireplace, but the light wouldn't be this even, and there are so many other lights on, it would make shadow work like this impossible.
I never meant to hurt you.
I was a child. I was in love. It was wrong and you knew it.
This needs a lot more explaining than it gets.
True.
Did he do that on purpose? We give modern movies a lot of for how hard it is to keep up with the action, but this classic Steven Spielberg movie is guilty of it too. A lot of close-ups of random people shooting somewhere off screen and no idea where everyone is.
Whiskey.
Jesus, just how long is this bar that Indy can request a bottle of whiskey and get it in time to smash this dude over the head to avoid the fire?
They have not one brain among them. Except one. We call him Balosh. Belloc.
Amazing how Belloc went from stealing the idol from Indy straight to helping the Germans finding the Ark in like a week. How is it that out of all the archaeological finds in the world, Indy keeps running into Belloc over and over? This might be a good time to search for the Holy Grail since Belloc's busy. Oh, of course the monkey's evil? How do you train a monkey to keep tabs on strangers? shoplifting. Here comes a what the f edit in the movie. Marion runs through this archway, and the guy with the knife is hot on her heels. It appears that she's going into a building, right? But when the scene cuts, she's still outside and runs into another doorway where she knocks dude out with a frying pan.
Uh-oh. The magic is all being slowly taken away.
Huh.
I can see it leaving through your eyes. The
No.
disappointment creeping in.
Raiders is still one of my favorite films of all time. I must
Okay.
admit.
Let's watch the rest of the Sins.
Gotcha.
I don't want to play the music here, but the Jones and Marion theme is very similar to the Han and Leia theme, and they even start with the same 3 notes.
I ought to kill you right now.
Not a very private place.
Okay, I've got to say, because I don't
Yes?
remember it. Do you think so, that as well?
Yeah, well, it's written both by John Williams, and yeah, absolutely,
So
I agree
you're
with that.
saying all his stuff sounds the same? See, I knew he would know this. And what year was this from?
81, I believe.
So who was your teacher that year?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't know. Who was your teacher? Probably the same teacher.
81 was, what grade was that? That might have
I
still
don't
been
know.
seventh. That might have been 7th grade. That might have been right before you got there.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't remember. So touche. Let's see some more.
Yes.
Of course,
Please,
you've already
please.
gotten away with at least 3 in the last 5 minutes, so what's one more?
I am a shadowy reflection of you.
You and I are not so different, cliche.
Uncle Indy, come back home now!
I've never understood these sudden children who save Indiana from this situation. We find out later that his buddy Gimli was looking for him, but it's not like he knew Indy was in trouble. And even if he did, why would he send these kids in to protect him when the whole place could erupt in gunfire at any second?
And take back one Kadam to honor the Hebrew god whose
God.
ark this is.
It's pretty incredible that this medallion tells people to get a staff that's 6 feet tall, but on the reverse side, it's like, but you better take a foot off, you know, to honor God or something. I didn't know God had penis envy. Anyway, it's temporarily inconvenient for the villains who only had one side to work with.
Bad dates.
Dr. Jones' fate abates once the primate playmate ate a not great date.
What time does the sun hit the bathroom?
About 9 in the morning.
Okay, but surely this all has to happen on or near a specific day, right? The sun will hit the map room at a different time every day, and as the planet turns, the beam coming into the map room will change where it lands, right? Am I insane here? If you don't know what day or week to do this, then you could all end up digging in the wrong place. They had f***ing dudes with guns guarding the workers hauling dirt, but they have no armed guards on the map room? Belloc used a longer staff, and that's why the Germans are digging in the wrong place right now. But did they also not put their staff in the right hole? This hole is covered in sand, despite Belloc being here the previous morning. So the Nazis busted Sala, but didn't arrest him, let him wander away free to make a blanket rope, and didn't stay guarding their map room so he would be able to just waltz right back over there to free Indy.
It was the switch baskets.
Yeah, but how? She was being carried by those 2 dudes the whole time. If she switched baskets, she must have been throwing her voice too, since she was yelling out of that basket the whole time. And that basket clearly went into the back of that truck that exploded. Also, if she switched baskets, why was she still captured? Is this supposed to be how Belloc had a copy of the medallion? His burned hand only has a few of the markings at the top, while the real one has markings going all the way around it. How did they even get enough of the translation to even begin searching in the wrong place? Somehow, entirely off screen, Jones reconnected with
Good
Sala
point.
and recruited a bunch of the local workers to stop what they're doing and come help him dig. And none of the bad guys who are everywhere all over this camp saw this unsolicited digging or ever stopped to ask questions. Also, it's at this point I feel like Indy doesn't think things through. The bad guys can't find the Ark because they don't have the right coordinates and never will. Technically, he could save Marion, leave, and find the Ark later. This is where you have to start a disinformation campaign so that the Nazis will look the other way or give up for a while because this is just too risky. I don't know what causes this little shift in the image in the background, but whatever it is, it makes everything look fake as shit. As they clear off the stone tablet they found digging, I wonder if Indy ever stopped to think he was allowed to come here and find the Ark by the very bad guys he thinks he's racing against. against. Oh, look at the never-ending snake brigade down in this room that's been sealed for 1,000 years. There must be so much food and oxygen down here. It's only natural that snakes are crawling all over each other to get their share of the plentiful resources that must be down here. I think Marion is a badass, but for the most part, she's just a damsel in distress. Also, how was the dress he gave her exactly her size? Also, he just fucking learned the Nazi guys were going to torture her, and now he's being nice to her in the hopes that she will share information before having to be tortured. So why did he have a dress lying around here at all? Let alone one that fit her every line and curve perfectly. Never set living snakes on fire. That's one of my life rules. Well, I won't be eating this anymore. Wait, you're not going to open it, are you? You're smart, aren't you? Oh, they are opening it because it's not the Ark, only the casing outside the Ark. But how did they know that? This lid has to be at least as heavy as that roof was that took several men to open with pry bars, but Sala and Indy are able to lift this heavy as thing by themselves using nothing other than their brute strength.
Americans, you're all the same. Always overdressing for the wrong occasions.
Wait, that's his burn? Americans are always overdressing for the wrong occasions? Is that even marginally true? We dress up for weddings, funerals, church, graduation, business meetings. Where are we going wrong, sir? Should we be wearing suits to WrestleMania? Or shorts to revival services? I love this scene. I love it, but there's no reason why this guy has a coat hanger like this. He gives his coat to this dude who's just gonna hold it anyway. It's not like he hangs it up anywhere. I don't mean to sin fun, but I just sinned fun. In the third movie, the Holy Grail turns out to be a commoner's cup, not a golden masterpiece. So why would the Ark of the Covenant be any different? Where'd they get all this f***ing gold anyway? Moses specifically condemned them for making a golden calf. Did they melt that down to make the Ark? Because if so, then they probably didn't learn the lesson Moses was teaching about the golden calf. Also, were the long wooden rods that fit perfectly in the holes already here? Or did Indy bring those too? Well, we never learned about it. Feels like they were here already. Why did the people who took such great pains to hide the Ark leave so many tools behind for stealing it?
You would use a bulldozer to find the
China Cup.
In the end, what was the point of those scenes with Marion and Belloc and the weird Nazi guy? It doesn't drive the plot at all. We know Belloc wanted to get Marion drunk and have her spill the beans. And we know they used future melty glasses to question Marion about the medallion. We don't even see what he did when he questioned her. But in the end, none of that matters because Belloc just stumbles on Indy's dig in the morning. Technically, you could have lost that whole sequence and it wouldn't have mattered. I know that's sacrilege to say because there are some entertaining bits, but seriously, you could have cut that whole Marion tent sequence and the movie doesn't lose anything.
Although, yeah, that dig site. So you're telling me for all that time, no one looked over there?
It's a lot to dig. They've been digging for months. It's a big operation. They didn't look over there.
That makes it worse. The months have gone by and no one said, "What's that?"
They were too busy digging.
Okay, but the guys with the guns?
Ipsy.
Sorry.
No, please, why?
I always like these kind of things that find little quirks and issues with movies.
Let me tell you, then CinemaSins is definitely for you, good sir. These guys are awesome. They really are.
Yeah. I've seen a few of them. And I was like, oh, Indiana Jones, we got to see this.
Take this. Wave it at anything that slithers.
This is a dangerous thing to say to a woman you have a sexual past with. Dude has a lit torch between his chin and his shoulder while he is rope climbing. And if the movie isn't going to act like that's cool, I at least will. I mean, it's impossible too, which is why I'm sending it, but it's still cool. That wall was sturdy as wasn't it? How is it even standing? Is this statue really that strong? Jump-scaring skeleton can lick my armpit. Oh, good. They're everywhere. This is fun. And Jesus, somehow one solitary snake was camping out in this spot where there aren't millions of snakes. No one disturbs him in his kingdom of the actual skull. They were buried deep in the well of souls, but sure, when Indy finds an exit, all they have to do is climb up like 10 feet. Also, luckily, there appears to be a bunch of stones that form steps to this opening up here, which is weird, since nothing else in this area seems to be missing anything. I guess these were spare stones the Egyptians had left over when they built this place. Hey, it's time for a classic film flub. Today's classic film flub. The stone Indy pushes out is definitely not a heavy stone. You can see the shadow bounce to confirm it. It's really fun stuff. Cannibalism. After knocking out the pilot, Marion climbs into the cockpit, and all I have to say is, why? Also, she gets trapped in there and has to be saved, when all she had to do after knocking out the pilot was jump down and run away. These heroes are closer without being seen than the hobbits were when they slid down the rocks outside the entrance to Mordor. Half these fucking people behind them should be pointing and shouting about the white people barely hiding behind a dirt mound. Be sure to catch that car on horseback. Good God, man, there's no excuse for missing. You not only have a clear shot, you also have a machine gun. I'm no Egypt expert, but it seems weird that this action scene started in a jungle, momentarily crossed into a mountainous region for a convenient car crash, and now it's back in the jungle again. Then Indy tries to kick this guy off the truck and he nearly falls off a cliff. But when his buddy turns to find him, it looks like completely different terrain. Let's give a round of applause to goddamn stunt people. This stunt is in itself Spielberg's tribute to stunt people. Jesus, this rules. That said, both his front and back should be riddled with cuts, bumps, bruises, and other signs of having been dragged across a desert road. Everyone is happy and singing and dancing. The hero has his arm around the girl, and there is no way this is done. How can the characters in the movie be so dumb? Did Marion not get another change of clothing after all that bullshit? He's still in Belloc's dress, and it's ripped and muddy, and I think I'm in love, but damn, you'd think she would have found some new clothes by now. Falling asleep during a Karen Allen seduction. Is the Ark burning this Nazi crate? If so, why did it take so long? And why doesn't it finish the job? And why is it burning when the Ark itself hasn't even been opened yet? Is this really happening? Is he really climbing out of a steam pipe like a goddamn cartoon?
You are not in the position to ask for anything. We will take what we wish.
I'm pretty sure this guy is just being a Nazi asshole. Not-soul? But earlier, this guy wanted to throw Marion down in the Hall of Souls for absolutely no reason. My guess is the script dictates his every move, which is going to get him in hot water with Hitler. Steven Spielberg's Das Boot. I love this scene where Indy punches this dude and takes his uniform, but it really makes me wonder how nobody sees this. I mean, the people patrolling this walkway would have seen not only the first guy get beat up, but also the second guy. Not to mention Indy trying on new clothes and even when doing field work, you still need pole-holding jingoists.
Very well.
Your persistence surprises even me.
Holy did he just swallow that fly? For some reason, they kept Jones and Marion alive and tied them up to watch the show. There's zero reason for them to do this unless they know we are all watching, needing resolution.
Marion, don't look at it.
The don't look at it idea comes out of the sheer blue. I guess this comes from years of study, and it's an educated guess, but this hasn't even been hinted at until now. This Ark is no longer a viable weapon if people can just shut their eyes and avoid the consequences. Word on the battlefield would get around pretty quick about this weakness. Also, I sort of wish that the Archangel that's about to come out and kill a bunch of Nazis was actually doing it because they were Nazis, and because Belloc is clearly evil. You'd think an angel would know who's good or bad and kill accordingly. Nightmare fuel! I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. Are the Nazis being sent to heaven here? Maybe they're just going in for processing. Peter will ask them the usual round of questions. They'll fail, obviously, but kind of a weird scene watching this Nazi mist go into the clouds here. Oh, hey, look, the flames cut the rope without killing us. Sweet. Okay. How do we get off this island? Marion, do you know how to drive a submarine? Never mind. I'll read the manual. It'll be in German, but I think I can get the gist of it.
Well, the money's fine. The situation is totally unacceptable.
Indiana Jones now knows there's proof of God. I mean, he won't be able to make anyone believe him, but it's a bit surprising it doesn't change his life in a meaningful way.
Well, I know what I've got here.
To think this romance is going to produce a kid named Mutt. I've always loved the mystery of this warehouse. Thousands of crates that all contain something the government doesn't want you to see. The Ark is just one of many. One of the best ending shots in a movie ever. Whoopah! Did you know the CinemaSins writers have podcasts? Check out.
Okay, I love
Bravo!
That was good. I definitely, like I said, I've seen a couple of theirs pop up on my feed, so I've watched a little bit, and I'm like, this is interesting. And then I saw Indiana Jones, and I'm like, okay.
Hey, you did the right thing. I know here at Rancho del Evil Chicken, I'll be like, hey, you guys want to see a movie? And I'll say, how about blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, one of my daughters will say, no, I've CinemaSins send it. And I know everything that happens. So you have no idea how many times I've heard that. So
and yet you still like this channel.
Well, I do actually. I try to save it for the movies that I've seen though, because spoilers. But
yeah, I was looking through there to see. I see there's one for Die Hard. So
okay,
thinking of checking that one out.
Sure. Yeah,
because again, the same idea is I want to go back. I don't want to see things that I haven't seen yet. So
yeah, see the stuff that you've, Yeah. But they're brilliant. They've been doing this forever. I mean, quite some time. God bless them.
I definitely like it. You guys out there, let us know what you think. Have you watched CinemaSins, and what did you think of this? Was there anything else in the Indiana Jones movie that could have been sinned, that may have been missed out on? The fact that he had no effect on the story?
Stop that. If you notice, when Indy walks into Marion's bar, and she says, I was young. And he's like, you knew what you were doing. She was about 14 when Marion Ravenwood, when good grief, Abner Ravenwood took Indy under his wing, and his daughter was like 14 years old. A little statutory there, just a wee bit.
Well, they hinted at that, but they didn't get into it.
True.
So
good old Jerry Lee Lewis.
I think he just didn't want to go down that route.
Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know. The fifth one, principal photography is done on number 5. What do you think?
The fifth one?
Yeah, they're making another
one?
Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, there is a fifth one, or going to be a fifth
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Crystal Skull was not well received. There were some issues, but
because Crystal Skull, all you can think of is Dan Aykroyd.
That's
and vodka.
You see, now that's what they should have gone with. It would have been a great tie-in. That would have been an excellent tie-in.
There you
go. It belongs in my bar set. Yeah, exactly.
If they would have asked me, I could have helped.
That would have been a bit of an improvement. I think that I'm all about interdimensional vodkas.
Now that Dan Aykroyd has gone crazy.
I know nothing except it's pretty good vodka.
It's insanity. Sorry.
Hey,
I actually know nothing about that vodka. I would not pay the price to get that vodka.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing him talking about it.
What do you mean?
Oh, you've never seen any of his commercials and stuff that he did for it and all that?
No, I can't say that I have.
Oh, there's a JonTron we need to watch.
Really?
You haven't seen the JonTron of him doing that?
No. No, I haven't.
Man.
Not yet.
You will. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, I'm intrigued. Color me intrigued.
Yeah.
All right.
He was batty.
Aw.
Well,
everybody has a bad day.
The skull, and 7 were hidden around the world. 5 have been discovered.
Was this an ad campaign? Please tell me it was an ad campaign.
No. It was him being serious. They weren't talking about there. They were talking about some.
I know the crystal skulls he's talking about. Yeah.
And that is why they needed to make that as their container. Because of the spiritual power within.
Huh. It's pretty good vodka.
He gets a little crazy in this.
Well,
it's the signs are there. Anyway. Before we get further into that, thank you guys for joining us. Let us know your thoughts down below, what you think, and what other sins may have been there. And we will definitely appreciate and read them. I'm sorry,
True.
I just backed myself into a corner for a second
there. Well, actually, also, if you would be so kind, what are some of your desert island movies? What would you take to be entertained with again and again and again? Assuming that, out of coconuts and solar panels, you were able to construct a Blu-ray player.
It's the law.
Streaming service. Well, Dave, you picked yours. Just there with that quote. I see. Well, maybe not just one movie. Maybe if you take 5 movies. That's a tough one.
See, that's tough because they would just get real stale after a while. Seeing the same things over and over and over.
Yeah.
That's why I'm never big on that whole desert island approach there. But maybe we can have that as an R15 minute at point sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
So let us know your thoughts down below on that. And while you're down there, a like, comment, subscribe. Click on that little bell if you want to know when we have a new video out. It's always appreciated.
Never pressured.
No.
But thank you for your consideration.
And if you include hashtag Desert Island, give us a suggestion. The first one that we see that comes in down there, we will throw that up to the top of the list.
Huh. Like a fast pass.
Yeah.
The way they were.
And this doesn't cost you anything.
So there we go. We're very cheap.
Better than Disney.
See, there we are.
Or there we go. We're going to offer up 2 of those in this video. Hashtag better than Disney. We'll get you another one.
I like Disney.
Oh,
yes, it's an empire that owns everything from my childhood. Well, almost everything.
I like Disney when I've been there. I'm not a fan of a lot of their later moves. The whole Disney Plus charge you $15 a day for what used to be Fast Pass, except for the 2 popular rides in every park, which might cost you $15 just for that ride.
Yeah, that stinks. Although when you said Disney Plus, I thought you meant the streaming service, which I kind of really did.
Or, I'm sorry, Genie Plus. Genie Plus is what they call it.
Genie Plus?
Yeah.
That sucks. They could have come up with something better than that.
Bend over and take it Plus.
Yeah, like the Fister. Want to ride the Fister? No, I'm good.
Oh, you're gonna.
Listen, bastard, you're gonna bend over now. I'm pulling on the gloves. Welcome to the Fister. Ha!
Hold him down, Goofy.
Gosh, Mickey, is this legal? Shut up, Goofy! Shut your hole! You know what happened to Pluto!
Wow.
Mickey can get dark. We lobotomized him! Now he's my pet! So don't screw this up! Anyway, thank you for watching.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes,
if you've made it this far, thank you.
God bless you.
Please, be good to each other. Don't be Mickey.
Boom. Don't be Mickey. don't be a complacent Goofy. And stay healthy.
Yes.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Don't become a lobotomized Pluto.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, the argument's been made before. I think it was in this, what was it? The Stephen King movie with the kids. Actually, there's lots of Stephen King movies with kids. Stand By Me. Wasn't that one of the questions? If Goofy's a dog and Pluto's a dog, what's the disconnect? We lobotomized Pluto. That's what I'm saying.
That's a
Bastard
good
had
question.
it coming.
That's a good
Don't
question.
screw with me. Anyway, thank you.
Yes. Keep your eyes to the sky, because you never know what you might see. There might be Mickey wandering around the corner looking for you. Be careful.
Indeed, and keep your ear to the ground, because you never know when you're going to hear that.
And it could be too late.
Could be too late.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Seriously. What?